Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is...
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion New York Jets taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken at the 3, and he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Ready? You ready?
The first down throw for Winston. And he finds Howard complete. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now Hunt, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. Fourth down now. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's first and 10 at the 16-yard line. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the quarterback's got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Got a man. It's Berrios complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On second down, Jackson. Throw complete to Herndon. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38.
Some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be second and 11. On second and 11 now. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out of a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
First down, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Winston, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Tremaine Johnson could not be contained on the corner blitz. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. After the interception, here's Jackson. Going deep now for Herndon. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Jackson now throwing again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. On the move to his left. Muscles him off. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Jackson to throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Herman's got it complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And Jackson throwing once more. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Braxton Berrios in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets will extend. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about.
Just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. New York set to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
He's going deep for Brown. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. They'll run on first down. Hunt. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. This will be taken in at the 1. Gets past one man. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for him. Didn't happen.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. He's going to go for a big play down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now it's Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Steps away. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
On 2nd down, it's Hunt. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Hunt on the draw play. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has. But
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners. They've had the receivers on lockdown.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Running is Jacobs. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They run it with Jacobs, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
7 yards there and a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. He'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. What a Super Bowl this has been, and the biggest play comes now. It's fourth down. Winston to throw for it on 4. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Overtime in a playoff game. Awesome setup. Remember the... So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. Nifty move. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Throwing again on second down. Winston gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Jameis now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. On the counter, Hunt. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very solid gain on that play.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. From the shotgun, it's Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
The throw taken in by Cole. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. Jameis to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. They win the Super Bowl.
The Saints are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Falcons are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Okay, Coach. Well, we are about a $50 cab ride away from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's caught inside the 25. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Josh Gordon, 60 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling. Turned over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny. But
it's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Marquise Brown, 65 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Here's Barber. And his first carry, he loses the football. And fortunately, the Bills jump on it and get it back. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Oh, offensive nightmare there. You go for it on fourth, and the play doesn't even really get to develop a sack.
And it's so unfortunate, too.
The ball comes out, and this one's going to go out of bounds, so no recovery, but on fourth down, a change of possession anyway. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards on the dump off at second down. They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Jackson now. And Brown's got it for a Jets touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Jets have taken the lead. Now, defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Prater on to add the extra point. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Throw complete to Herndon. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Throwing, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll run here with Barber. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's third down. They run the counter. It's Jacobs. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down. Really put them behind the 8-ball.
Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you put in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. On first down, it's Barber. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Looking to throw on second down. Bridgewater, and to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. A reminder coming up at halftime, it's the season debut of the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, as we look ahead to all the action coming up this opening weekend. And of course, we'll also take a look back at this first half. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
To throw is Jackson. Out to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Rolling to his, and a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Gordon in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This will be taken in at the 1. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills, but they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side. Coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
They'll stay on the ground with Barber. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Peyton Barber was the intended target, but it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Bridgewater to throw it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's make these babies cry.
Here's Bridgewater. Able to get this to Gordon. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. Best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that's caught by Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. From the gun, Bridgewater. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And these guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Now it's the backup Smith. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012.
70, Indy.
From the gun, here's Smith. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll make it a second down.
61, matchbox, right. Let's go.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Hughes able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. To throw again on 2nd down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Josh Gordon with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to take a shot. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
He's got Herndon, his tight end. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. On play action, it's Mahomes being chased out left. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57. I'm coming. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Bridgewater here to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Twist. Mike's 57. 57's Mike. I know he ain't got it.
To throw is Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
We want it. Come to my work.
Trump. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Bridgewater on 4th down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's incomplete. Well, still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first